So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about the launch of Civilization VII. You may not have known, but Civilization VII just launched, and they released a video on their social media, and they're getting absolutely roasted for this. So, I want to just take a look, and we can react to this video, and I think this is going to be worth your time, if for no other reason than to have a couple laughs.
Thank you.
Thank you, Civ fans.
Thank you, Civ fans.
So, I'm sure you can already tell, some of these people, some of them, are being absolutely pilloried in the comment section. I'm not going to say which ones, but yeah.
Civ fans, y'all are the best fans in gaming.
Thank you, Civ fans. You're the best.
Thank you, Civ fans. You are the best fans in gaming. Thank you so much.
Hey Civ fans, big thank you from the audio team.
Thank you, Civ fans, for continuing to be the best fans in gaming, and we really hope you continue to take one more turn.
Thank you for playing Civilization VII.
Thank you, Civ fans!
Thank you.
Thank you, Civ fans. The launch of Civ 7 is here. We absolutely cannot wait for you to experience the game yourselves. So enjoy.
Yeah, so it absolutely looks like a Reddit mod hangout. But here's the thing. You may notice this this little thing here. This means that the official account has been hiding certain comments. So you already know that when I see that, I immediately go there. Oh, of course. So let's take a look at some of the comments that were removed. They intentionally removed these. Can we get wokeness out of gaming once and for all, please? So sick of virtue signaling and wokeness in games. So they were like, this is beyond the pale. How dare you have an opinion about the intrusion of wokeness and DEI into video games? Hire some testosterone, for Christ. Oh, God. That's hilarious. Trump won. You can fire 90% of these people now. Gamers rejected this at the ballot box on November 5th. First look, Harriet Tubman. That's really funny. Oh man, I don't even know. I don't even know the origin of this word. It's just very, very funny. One troon in team equals I don't buy. I mean, I don't know if that person was, I don't know if they were transgender or not. They could just be a very unattractive woman. I wouldn't want to make any assumptions, but there are a lot of people that do have that sort of mentality. It's sort of a zero tolerance. Why do they all look like that? That's why it's garbage. Pedos and freaks do not make great games. And here you have DEI hires and beta male nerds. No wonder the game is so bad. And what they're referring to is right now, of the review scores, the game is sitting at about a 52%. It's like a mixed. Which, yeah, is not great. Absolutely not great when the game comes out and it's getting such low scores. Well, I was going to buy this game, but not anymore. You can take your woke DEI garbage and shove it straight up your... Oh, that's disgusting. That is disgusting. I see the members of the team who F the game up really clearly. Oh, man. Yeah, people are being brutal. Jump scare warning. That's really funny. Jump scare warning. So these are the one. Oh, and the puke emoji. So wait a minute. You saw somebody put a puke emoji, and you actually took the time to filter it out, that is just pathetic. Trash. F you retards with your DEI feminine hires. So as you can see, despite what a lot of people want to try to argue the contrary of, there is absolutely a sentiment amongst gamers that they're not interested in the forced diversity that has been pushed into games by so many people and the type of trash that has been hired to make that sort of thing happen. I think that time and time again, you realize that the gaming community is actually very, very inclusive, but their tolerance at this point is at an all-time low. Due to years of being vilified, of being hated upon, watching their favorite IPs be humiliated and destroyed, and now you've got Civilization VII comes out. You know, numbers are pretty tepid. I mean, we're not talking Concord levels here, but the numbers are pretty meh, right? You know, we're talking about the launch of a game, and it's all right. And so I think that the important thing to keep in mind here, if you're a business, there are a couple different things. First of all, you may not like to hear this. This may not be something that sits well with you. But the type of people that you put on display there for your promotion to say thank you, that sets off alarm bells with a lot of people within the gaming industry these days. You may not think it's fair, but understand, like I said, it's been years of people who look like that coming out and saying disparaging things and holding politics that are just downright dastardly and evil. Holding left-wing, culturally Marxist views and trying to label people who were gamers as misogynistic or toxic or bigoted or racist or all manner of things, which they are most certainly not. Trying to tone police them and trying to tear down the thing that they have come to all love, which is gaming in general, but more specifically a lot of these IPs. So if you want to have a successful franchise, if you want it to do well, you have to basically cleanse your brand of that sort of stigma, and the easy way to do that is by not showing anyone behind the scenes, really. If you're going to hire people like that, just don't show them at all. Keep them, basically with the metaphorical plastic, I was going to say plastic bag, paper bag over their head. That may seem harsh to some people, but it's not. It's just a reality. That really, when it comes to this stuff, perception is reality. If you see that there are a bunch of people that they can deem as freaks that have worked behind this, and the game isn't good, they're going to draw the connection that there is something in your brand. Not just the game isn't good, but there's something in your brand that led to this. And ultimately, they're going to take it out on everything. And that can have dire ramifications for Civilization VIII, for the company in general. And so that's why I think it's a good idea to make sure that there is no wokeness or DEI in your game or anywhere near it at all. Who you hire, what you write, what you put in there, I think the decisions of the game need to be so transparently clear that there's not even an ounce of ambiguity. Like, for example, putting Harriet Tubman in your game. Doesn't make any sense to put Harriet Tubman in the game. Now, I know some people will say, well, no, it makes total sense, but it really doesn't. But you did it. And fine, you did it. But now, because you did it, people are going to look at you and go, okay, this is a company that's run by leftivist freaks. People who are left-wing leftivists, and people who are obsessed with the culture, of perception. How do I look by doing this, not actually what is the end result of this? And unfortunately, that's where we're at with Civilization VII. As the game came out, it's doing tepid. People really aren't paying much attention to it. And it's getting blasted, absolutely blasted on social media because they decided to put out this little thing. And I know that some people will say, well, isn't that an overreaction? Well, the answer is no. Because first of all, you're trying to sell people on a product. You're trying to entice them into spend their hard-earned money. The game is $70. That's not asking for a favor, by the way. I know a lot of people really get bogged down on this, but here's the deal. This isn't just some random person posting a video like, hey guys, I'm here, and then just a bunch of people come in and just hate on them. This is a corporation that's trying to sell a product. They want you to pay $70 minimum for their product. So you as a consumer have every right to vent your frustration, to show your irritation, to make your voice and make your point be heard. And that's why I do videos like these, because so often you get these content creators that are obsessed with the perception of being a good person. Like, oh, I'm going to be against the people that are critiquing this stuff. That they lose the entire plot. They lose the whole show. And they just come out with these opinions that are so asinine and regressive and low IQ. And I'm just here to be a little bit of a counterbalance to that. And say, yeah, gamers have every right to be as vocal as they want to be, to articulate all the different things that they want to articulate. They don't need to feel bad for it. They don't need to be shamed for it, because we're talking about a product here. This is not just some student from art class that somebody's putting out there for, likes and clicks and views. This is a product. This is a business. And when it's a business, when it's a product, people have every right to critique it, to shame it, to look it up, once down, this way, that way, up that side, down that side. They are free to voice any opinion that they want for any reason that they want, and they don't have to sit there and endure being shamed by a bunch of backbenchers, really. So many, and you know the type. You've seen it all before. Oh, you just want to hate, and it's like you've seen all these people before. They're just so pathetic. At the end of the day, this game came out tepid launch. Promotional material subpar. People are saying, hey, it's not that good. And you want people to pay $100 for games going forward? You're out of your mind. $70 is way too much. We need to reduce the price back to $49.95. Then maybe people will start, jumping on board with games like this. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time.